Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with a video that I've been wanting to do for a long time. I want to discuss all of the things that I no longer buy. So all of the makeup items that I no longer buy because of different reasons, which I'm going to discuss. And I have 10 items to share with you today. So like categories, kind of things like that. And these are just things that I don't buy anymore. I am not really buying as much as I used to in general, but these are things that I know that I'm necessarily not going to buy anytime soon or maybe at all. So I thought I would share them with you just to give you more of an insight into my collection. Also, if you have any products like this, let me know what they are down below. I know for a fact that some of these products are some that other people use like daily, but they just aren't for me. So I'm going to jump straight into the video, but before I do so, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. Let's jump into the video. So the first product that I have to talk about, I don't actually have any left to share with you or to show you, and that is eyebrow pencils. I no longer buy eyebrow pencils because of the simple reason that I don't feel like it's very good value for money. I go through them so quickly, and I have just found that I prefer using powders. I'm using powders in my eyebrows today. I have been using powder eyeshadows in my eyebrows for a long time now, and I just feel like that is the best value for money. It's also what works best for me. So because of that, I no longer buy eyebrow pencils. I have gone through them before. I used to always buy the Brow Wiz from Anastasia, but again, it's just like I went through them like, you know what, in 3 months. And they're quite expensive for what they are. So I know there are cheaper alternatives on the market, but I just feel like it's not something that I want to use. It's not something that I prefer. My preferable method is using brow gel and then powders. Because of that, I no longer buy brow pencils. In the categories where I have things to show you, I will go ahead and do that. So next up we do have liquid eyeshadows, and I have two right here. One I actually have decluttered, but I haven't found a new home to yet, and that is the Sydney Grace liquid eyeshadow in the shade, what is it called? Destination Wedding. I got this one in like a goodie bag, and I used to realize that liquid eyeshadows just aren't for me. I don't reuse these ones very often. It's absolutely beautiful, but it's just too much of a faff for me, so I don't use these things. So this is the first one. The second one that I have is my Stila Glitter and Glow in the shade Sea Siren, which is the last one that I have left. I have actually deposited this one into a container to use it up, but I don't use these type of shadows anymore, so that's why I'm trying to go through them. But yeah, both of these are things that I no longer buy. I prefer like pressed shadows, things like that now. So I feel like nowadays pressed shadows have the same impact as these used to. I think back in the day, liquid eyeshadows were like such a big thing because you can get like super metallic, super impactful effects, but I feel like you can now get that with powder shadows too. And because of that, I prefer using those rather than these liquid shadows, which I feel like are more of a faff for me. So yeah, I don't buy these anymore. Another product that I no longer buy because I just realized that I never use them. And I know for a fact that this is things that other people buy a lot, and that is eyeliners. So specifically like pencil liners, but also liquid ones, but mainly, like I said, pencil ones. I have this one here, which I've had for a long time, which I'm actually trying to pan right now in my year-long product pan. So this one is one. And I think the actually only second other one that I have in my collection is one that I got from advent calendar last year, and that is the 1999 like Lustro, which is more of a champagne kind of color. I feel like if I were to buy an eyeliner, I would buy like a skin tone kind of one for my waterline, but that is like the only thing that I feel like I ever use when it comes to eyeliners. So like dark eyeliners for the lid, like for like the tight line or for like the top lash line, I don't use those. I don't use them as a base, and because of that, I don't see the need buying them. I have bought them in the past, and they have almost all of them dried out or gone bad. So it's just not a product that I feel like is necessary in my collection. Once I've gone through this one, I might even pan this one and have all my eyeliners out. We'll see how it goes. Because yeah, I just feel like it's not something that I reach for. And again, I know other people use these on the daily. They use them as like an eyeshadow base, but yeah, it's just something that I prefer using like an eyeshadow primer for that. So I don't reach for them that way, and because of that, I don't buy them at all. The next category we have is similar to that, and that is eyeshadow sticks. I didn't actually have anything in this category until recently because I got in a gift set this one right here, which is from Laura Mercier, and this is one of her caviar stick eye colors in the shade Forbidden Rose. So this one I haven't actually decided if I wanted to keep yet or not, because I got this one, like I said, very recently, and it is a beautiful color. It looks like this. It's like a dark kind of bronzy rose. It is a beautiful color, and this one is probably a really, really high quality eyeshadow stick because it's Laura Mercier, and I heard great things about the Caviar sticks. But again, I just don't reach for them. I have decluttered a lot of eyeshadow sticks in the past because these aren't for me. I give them to my mom because I know she loves those type of products, but yeah, I just don't reach for them. I forget about them, they sit in my collection, and anytime I roll them into projects, they're just like an unnecessary, annoying step for me to use. So I just get frustrated having to pan them. I feel like I see the point of them though, in a way, but I don't know. It's just I don't know what it is about them. Same with like eyeliners and bases, things like that. I used to never do. Same as I guess liquid. I feel like all of these kind of fall into the same category of like base for eyeshadows, or like, you know, either that or as a one and done kind of shade. But I don't do my makeup that way, obviously, as you can see in my look today. So I think because of that, I don't reach for them. But I'm gonna have a think about this one. Again, I didn't technically purchase this one necessarily, so if with any of these products I get them in like goodie bags and stuff like that, I might keep them, but I don't want to spend my specific money on them because I know I don't reach for them very often. So I'd rather invest my money in other things. But if I get them like free gift with purchase or in a goodie bag, then that's fine. So yeah, this one is the next type of product, which is again eyeshadow sticks. The next category is one that I do actually still use, and I still have quite a few in my collection, and that is traditional liquid lipsticks. So I pulled out majority of mine. I do maybe have like a couple more, but I pulled out majority of them. I do still use these ones, not every day, not like every week even, but I do see a use of these and I do still reach for them. And also, I'd obviously still have quite a few in my collection, but I am dwindling down this collection ever so slightly every time I do a declutter, because I don't reach for them as much. The reason why I don't buy these anymore is because I feel like there's so many better things on the market. There's other liquid lipsticks, like for example the Kaleidos lip glaze, that are like almost like cushiony. They're more like a mousse going on. Same with like the NYX soft matte lip creams, stuff like that. That kind of formula I feel like is way better than these traditional lipsticks. The traditional liquid lipsticks. So I don't buy these anymore because I feel like they're quite uncomfortable. Again, I see a use of them sometimes, like, you know, in a red color, for example, is very long lasting. You have, like, in general, they're very long lasting. I sometimes even go for the new colors, like if I'm going out for dinner and I want my lipsticks to last for as long as I can, or even drink, stuff like that, I go for these liquid lipsticks. So I do see a place for these, but I don't want to go and buy more because I feel like I have more than enough. I have some nude colors, I have some bright colors, and I have everything that I need in this kind of category, and I don't use them often enough to expand this collection. So yeah, I don't buy these anymore. I do still use them, but again, I don't want to expand this collection at all. The next category we have is another eyeshadow based one, and that is loose eyeshadows and pigments. I still have 3 in my collection. I have 2 that are actually glitters, but I can still count them into this category. We have one from Today Grace in the shade She Said Yes, which is like a beautiful kind of white gold kind of shade. It's absolutely stunning. And then I have this one which I got as a gift from my boyfriend's sister, which is from MAC. And this is the glitter in the shade Green, which is green, as you can see. I hold on to these because I feel like they're cool and I could use them as my like nail toppers, things like that too. So those are 2. And then the last one that I have, I got as a free gift with purchase, which is from the Pastel Roses. And this is in the shade Watermelon, which is more of a traditional pigment. And the reason why I don't buy things like this anymore is because I used, again, similar thing to like the liquid eyeshadow and the eyeshadow sticks, things like that, is that I feel like pressed shadows now have the same impact as loose shadows, and they're just too messy for me to use. Again, I do keep around a couple just for special kind of things, and also I do kind of want to use these ones on my nails. This one here, which is the shade Watermelon, again, is absolutely stunning. I don't know how well you can pick it up on the tube, but it's like pink with a gold running through it, and it's just so pretty. And then the 2 glitters, again, I feel like would be beautiful on the nails, which is again one of the reasons why I hold on to them. So I am keeping the ones that I have for now, but I will not buy any more kind of loose shadows, pigments, or glitters because I don't reach for them at all, like on an everyday basis. For number 7, we have another product that I actually have in my collection, but I don't use nearly enough, which is why I'm not going to buy any more, and I honestly don't really need more than one. This one I've had for a long time. I bought this one back in 2016, I believe, and it's now 2023, so it's been a long time. But that is the Kevyn Aucoin contour powder. So a contour powder is what I'm talking about. I have mine in the shade Light, and again, you can see in here that it's like a little bit used, but it's not used much at all. I just don't reach for contour powders. There was a time when I wanted to reach for them, and I reached for this one a little bit, but I don't reach for it enough to have more than one. I mean, I am interested in maybe trying like cream contour, things like that, and as well as like maybe like more bronzy, liquid kind of bronzy contour. But when it comes to contour powders, I have more than enough. Again, I've had this one since 2016, which is a long time. I mean, probably end of 2016, so it's been how long? 7 years. But you can see how like unused this one is. It still performs well, but I don't even remember the last time I used this one. So I definitely don't need more than one contour, so I'm not going to buy anything else anytime soon. The next category is actually something that I used to buy a lot. I have a lot still from that time because I used to be really into this type of product. And that is a bright statement lip. So again, I have a couple examples here. I still have quite a few in my collection, and again, I have more than enough. I don't reach for them very often, but you can see here we have like a purpley tone, we have like a bright pink. This is another like more corally bright pink. We have an orange, and then no, sorry, that's a red, and then this is the corally pink. So these type of colors, like I don't reach for them often enough. Like here, for example, we have this really bright like pink. I don't reach for this one much, but you know, I do like having the options to have these in my collection, especially like the reds. I used reds, I think, most of all of these. I love this orange as well, and I used to really love those like cool toned pinks like this. But again, I have too many. I've decluttered a couple as I go, but I'm not buying any more like this because I just have more than enough. There's a couple formulas that I would love to buy a more statement lip in, but since I have so many other ones that I can use up first, I'm not going to buy them before I go through some of these other ones because, again, I have more than enough. Exception to this kind of statement lip rule is like I still buy like, well, not often, but I would still be interested in buying like a really brown lip or like a vampy, like really dark vampy lip, things like that. I do still buy occasionally because I don't have as many of those. When I'm talking about like the bright statement lips, I'm talking about the bright statement lips, like again, these kind of colors. Yeah, so I'm not going to buy any more of these anytime soon. And the reason for that is because I already have too many in my collection and I don't use them frequently enough. So we have 2 more categories to go. And the next category we have is a type of product, like a subcategory of product. And that is non-waterproof mascaras. I, in general, use waterproof mascaras every single day because my eyelashes are stick straight and they don't hold a curl unless I use waterproof mascara. I did perm my eyelashes once. I have a kit to perm my eyelashes at home. And when I did, I used regular mascara more. So I might do that again. I did that back in summer. And also like for today, when I'm doing like fake eyelashes, I use non-waterproof mascara with them because my eyelashes are going to be covered up with the lashes anyway. Stuff like that. Also, sometimes when I'm working now, if I use non-waterproof mascara if I don't want to bother taking off the waterproof mascara, so I still use them. But the reason why I'm not going to buy any non-waterproof mascara like anytime soon, I don't even think I bought one like ever. Well, maybe when I was super young, but like before I realized I needed to use waterproof mascara, but I haven't bought a non-waterproof mascara in forever. However, I'll still have a lot. I think at the moment I probably have like 4 or 5 non-waterproof mascaras in my collection. And that is because you often get them as free gifts with purchase. And because you get these as free gifts with purchase all the time, I don't feel the need of buying these on their own. Especially because they're not my regular mascara. My regular mascara is always going to be a waterproof one. So buying non-waterproof mascara just doesn't make sense for me. Especially because I do have always a stock of them in my collection due to free gifts with purchase. So yeah, that is the next category, which is quite an obvious one for me. And again, it's something that I haven't bought for a long time. The last category that I have is again something that I realized that I'm not using. It's something that I love. I love it as much as other things in my collection, but I just forget to reach for them. And that is individually packed eyeshadows. So I'm talking about eyeshadows like this. So I have a couple here as examples. We have 2 Colourpop Super Shock shadows, which look like this. I only have 2 left in my collection. And then we also have a couple of large shadows right here. We have one of the dual intensity eyeshadows and two of the regular ones. The reason why I don't buy these anymore is because I forget about individual potted eyeshadows. I have stunning ones like this one here is absolutely beautiful. I don't know how well you can see that. It's like a peach base with loads of sparkles in it. It goes from like a pink to a gold. Absolutely stunning. I also have like a deep brown, which is very useful. And I don't really have a deep brown like this in my singles, but this one is really, really useful. So I have some beautiful eyeshadows in like single potted form, but I just forget to use them. And because of that, I don't buy them anymore. I even have decided that these two shadows here, I'm actually going to repress into my singles so I can reach for them more because they are just regular like powder formulas. However, like these ones here are not. So I'm going to keep them in packaging for now and then, yeah, use them at some point whenever I remember. So I don't feel the need to buy those eyeshadows, and whichever eyeshadow comes out in like a potted form, I'm sure I can find in either a palette or in a press single, like a magnetic single. So those were all of the things that I no longer buy in my collection, all of the 10 categories of makeup that I try to avoid buying, that I no longer buy for different reasons. If you do have anything like this that you don't buy anymore, let me know. It might be completely different to what I don't buy. I know, for like I said before, like some people use eyeliners and like eyeshadow sticks, things like that on a daily basis, which I don't. So obviously everyone's preferences are different. So if there's any categories that you don't buy, I would love to know. It would be very, very interesting to find out what you have on your list. But that is it for today, you guys. I really hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye, guys.